welcome or welcome back to my channel. I've actually been quite consistent with posting these kind of videos at the end of every month, which has been great, mainly because I've been adding my TBR for like the next month, even if I don't have anything to read. For the month of March, I actually only read 2 books. One was physical / ebook, and then the other one was an audiobook. So it's a win-win. And then I have actually shortened my TBR. Oh, my Kindle's downstairs. I have only put 4 books for my TBR for the next month because I added way too many books for my TBRs, and I know that it's just very wishful thinking. Without further ado, let's get into the 2 books that I've read for March. The first book that I read, which is the audiobook, is Legendary. I do have the physical book, but I just couldn't bring myself to read the pages, even though it's big writing and it's very fast paced. So this is the second book in the Caraval series. The first book follows one of the sisters, Scarlet, and this one follows Scarlet's sister, Teller. And in this one, there is another Caraval that is happening very close to the first one that had happened in the first book, which is not a very usual thing. This time Teller decides that she wants to join for this Caraval because the last one she couldn't really be in it with her sister because of reasons. As well as playing the game, Teller wants to figure out who Legend is, who is actually the one who makes the games and all that. She's very interested, but she also needs to find that information for someone. This one was definitely a lot better than the first one. I gave this book, I don't know if it's a 3.75 or a 4 star. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm still trying to figure that out, even though I finished it a little while ago. And Teller reminds me of Anna going headfirst into everything. I feel like that's with a lot of characters. They go very headfirst. Even though she cares about her sister and wants to protect her and all that, it's other things that she just dives right into and doesn't really think of the consequences before. And so I kind of got a little bit annoyed with that because, like, girl, you need to think before you do something, even though sometimes I dive headfirst into things. So, you know, it's always the characters that you don't really like, you kind of relate to. It was definitely fast paced. We already know who Legend is, so it's kind of fun to see how she's gonna figure it out. Another thing in this book, I don't really remember much of the first book with what's his name, Julian. I don't remember him having much of an accent. I don't know if it's because I was listening to the audiobook and the person gave Julian an accent, and it also kind of was, and it also was described in the book, like how he speaks and that. I don't remember it being mentioned that he has a thick accent. I don't know why, I just don't. Is that bad? Anyways, I don't think that's like a major thing, but I don't know. I found that a little weird when I was listening to the audiobook. I'm like, I don't remember that. I found this because obviously I didn't read the physical book. It has the thing at the back of Stephanie Garber annotating her own book, and I love that. I need to go and read this because it's so cool. I love being inside an author's mind. And there's also a playlist. Wait, I want to see if this one has a playlist. Oh, this one has a playlist too. Oh, Fireflies. She has songs for every night. Oh my god. She has Cosmic Love by Florence. Alexa, play Cosmic Love by Florence and Machine. She has Once Upon a Dream as well by Lana Del Rey. The next book that I read / I'm currently reading, and I hopefully will finish this by the end of this week, and that is Legendborn. This has slowly helped me with my reading slump that I'm in because of my tandem read, and I've stopped my tandem read just for a little bit. I'm so happy that I read it. I don't know why I didn't read it any sooner. This book follows a girl named Brie, and after her mum was in an accident and had sadly died, she decides that she wants to continue the scholarship that she had like signed up for this college thing. And on Brie's first night, she sees something that involves magic, and she's like, what the hell? And thinks that the magic that happened on the night of her mother's death, because she doesn't remember anything that happened from when she was at the hospital with her father. When she got home, it's like that part is non-existent at all. So far this book has been pretty good. It's fast paced. It does cover a lot of racism in this book. Don't expect to go into this book without racism, because there is racism in this book. If I could just sum this up in the worst way possible, it's about a character who goes into this white society where they have no diversity whatsoever, and as soon as she joins, like, oh my god, we're so diverse now. Yeah, So far, I would give this book around a 4.5 stars. The reason it's not 4.5 is because the magic system has kind of lost me a little bit because there is so much that is covered. I feel like a good chunk of it is at the start. I don't know if I was like half asleep when I was reading the magic like system and everything, and how and what things are called and how they work and all that. Brie is amazing. I love her so much. I'm sad we're not getting a lot of Atlas, who is Brie's best friend, who she went into this program with. I know there's supposed to be a love triangle in this book, but I don't see it whatsoever because it's only Nick. Okay, from the start it's been Nick, and then Sal is just a dickhead and I hate him. I don't know how much that's gonna change. There's been a lot of edits and people in comments being like, oh, it's always gonna be Brie and Sal and they should end up together, like they're amazing together. And I was like, I don't think we read the same book at all. Those are the 2 books that I read for the month. I'm very happy that I've at least finished a book. Now we're gonna get into my April TBR, which is my birthday month. I'm so excited, and I really hope I'm not in a slump in this month because I'm gonna be very upset. We're gonna go on with what I'm gonna read on my Kindle because this is the only book that I have on there, and I just want to see what the hype is about, and I'm really hoping that I do end up loving this book, and that is Daughter of No Worlds. I have heard that the book is amazing. I've actually heard none of what the book is about, which is great because I would love to go into the book blind, and I feel like it'd be very fun. I've just heard that it's amazing. The magic system is easy to understand. The fantasy world is amazing, and it's everything that anyone wants in a fantasy book. Give that to me. So I'm gonna read it. It's on Kindle Unlimited. I'm very happy about that because if I had to buy it, it's like probably like 12 bucks for the Kindle book, but then it's like 27 for the paperback and then 70 for the hardback. I am very excited to read it, and I really hope that I do like it and it meets my expectations that I've heard absolutely nothing about. The next book that I want to read is 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. This is a thriller book, which I feel like I need right now because I've been reading a bit too much fantasy and not enough of thriller or romance or anything. I feel like a book by Holly Jackson would be the perfect choice because I love A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Very fast paced, it's amazing. I'm pretty sure I own all the books that she's written because I feel like she's only written A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and then this. The words are a decent size. They're big. They're not tiny or anything. Oh, my name's in this book. But yes, I'm happy, I'm excited, and I can't wait. The next book that I want to read is, of course, a fantasy, and that is Cry's War. This is a, what would you use, female x female, woman x woman book. Look at this cover. It is gorgeous, and I have been eyeing this for a very long time, and this says on the back, a lush #own voices fantasy debut, perfect for fans of SJM Throne of Glass, and I love Throne of Glass, and I really hope I love this book. I know nothing about this book at all except that it's a woman x woman romance fantasy, and I thought that would be great. The last book that I want to read for the month, this one is very wishful thinking. That's my new thing to say, wishful thinking, because this is a, oh my god, what happened to the pages? What the hell? I bought this book thinking that I was gonna read it, and as soon as I got it, I was like, hell no. But the second book did come out, and it's gorgeous, and I want it, but I'm probably gonna have to wait a year so it's the same size. But that is The Priory of the Orange Tree. You see why it's wishful thinking? This is only like 800 something pages, and apparently Kingdom of Ash is thicker than this, but you would think that this is thicker. I feel like it would be great to read. This is also a WXW romance fantasy. I don't know if romance is a subplot or anything, but I do know that it does have it in it. Do I think I'm gonna get to it? No, probably not. The writing is decent size, so I feel like that's gonna be okay. And I also have cracked the spine, as you can tell because it's now curved, because who's gonna be able to read a bloody brick? And like it doesn't like open properly, so I've had to like crack the spine. Again, haven't heard anything about this book. All I know is that it's a fantastic book. I did see someone read this in a whole entire day. How do they do it? I don't know. They have to be Spencer Reid just to be going like... If I do end up trying to read it, I do want to at least get to part 2 because I know there's a part 2 in this. It's like 200 pages in. That will be my goal if I do end up getting into it. So these are the books that I'm going to be reading for April, and then I have this book, and I can't remember getting off the shelf anymore, but it's right over there, that I read for this month. This video was probably very short. I wanted to post at least something, you know, and not just leave it and be like, hey, I only read 2 books, you know, and I didn't have much on my TBR because I didn't want to have high expectations for the month, and I didn't want to put myself into reading, so I'm looking at all those books. But I hope you at least enjoyed seeing what I read and what I want to read for the month. If you did enjoy the video, do all the usual stuff, comment, like, subscribe, turn on notification bell so you know every time that I upload, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!